I kind of really had my mind set and my gut feeling, concrete before it was made public that he was leaving. But I don't believe so. I was not used to coaches leaving or things like that. But my DC's been changed since my freshman year. Then with Manny Diaz getting up out of here my third year and him coming in, I don't really think any coaches leaving steered me to leave or stay really. But yeah.
How do you think being in different systems maybe prepares you for joining a new franchise in the NFL?
I think it's really just getting the concept and the aspect of different football terminologies. I was able to understand and notice that it's all really the same, and it's just probably different terminologies within the speaking of the scheme. But I really just pieced it all together when doing talks with certain teams and learning certain schemes and having to teach it back. It's kind of all familiar and similar, but it's just different terminology. But I would say football is majority the same, but just different terminology and the ways scheme and things are taught.
Obviously, you're a bigger in-the-box linebacker. What can this week do for you, to prove some of your athleticism?
This week can do a lot, man. Just from the film might speak for itself, but this week can definitely catapult me higher than what people may think or people may project me then. But I'm taking advantage of it. I'm attacking it, and I'm ready for it. So I'm just going to show that and exhibit it tomorrow and be ready.
What's the biggest lesson you learned from James Franklin that you think you're going to take with you for the rest of your life?
Oh, the biggest lesson I've learned, man, I would say the 6-second mentality, really being the guy, preparing a lot and approaching the game the way I do. The 6-second mentality really goes a long way with me, just from, things happening. Like, we have media today, being on my feet is, probably, I don't even know what's next on schedule, but I'm always like, I'm level-headed, I'm self-centered. I think just the 6-second mentality, not being too high or too low, and, just staying on my feet is and just being ready for what I'm doing.
Was there a moment this past season, maybe you made a play or something, or was in practice, where you said, all right, I can do this NFL thing, I'm ready for this next step?
Yeah, I would say really the whole season, my demeanor, my approach, and my leadership style was definitely, next level. I would say my play style definitely I've noticed was next level. But just, my practice habits, my routine, and the way that I carry myself. I really thought I was a pro and think of myself as a pro and carry myself as a pro. So I would say, just the way that I go about it, I think I've been ready, but I would say this past year and the end of last year, I definitely feel like I was a pro and ready to take that next step.
Did Coach Franklin and Coach Connor, when you're having those discussions about staying or leaving, did they agree with that sentiment, that you're ready to be a pro?
Oh yeah, they definitely agree with it. From their standpoint, it would be great having me back for another year, and maybe we had multiple meetings, long talks, but they definitely supported my decision and would support me if I came back as well. But they definitely, expressed to me how mature I've become, how my process has been, increasing since I first got here. And I think I was a pro, and they definitely agree with it.
You were wearing that 11 finally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My boy Abdul, as soon as I showed him, he was like, man, it's going to give you something. So I said, yeah. Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes,
sir.
Good luck.